We're gonna prep some Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so prepping some Dungeons and Dragons. Fortunately, we're doing pretty good on prep for all of our campaigns. So, we don't technically need anything for tonight. However, I will draw your attention to the fact that we have Curse of Strahd, but we don't have a Castle Ravenloft. Why would we need a Castle Ravenloft tonight? Because this group is about to find a secret entrance into Castle Ravenloft. Will they use it? Probably not. I think they're going to be too scared to use it. But let's take a look. We're inside the Crystal Caves, and they are currently at the Cavern Bridge. And the Cavern Bridge leads to Dungeon Entrance. So if we go to this, you can see that the bridge leads over here, and then they go here, and then there's this teleporter. What are they supposed to do with it? I don't know. So this will teleport them into the catacombs of Castle Ravenloft, which is super dangerous. But excuse me. But I'm kind of into it. So a couple things I wanted to check. This navigation name just says Crystal Cave. That's good. Doesn't give anything away. It would be cool to add like a portal here. So I'm gonna go in real quick. We're doing hopefully very quick prep because we got a game in 20 minutes. Let's see, modules, JKL. There we go. And library, generic, portals, and I'm a big fan of this dark portal, personally. So I figured we'll go with this dark vortex, like so. All right, and oop, yeah, oop, there we go. Cool. And then it would be cool if we got some like magic sigil kind of effect underneath that. So let's go grab that real quick. So we'll go to, we got particles. We've got magic signs. Here we go. And we'll go with, this one? No, that's the outro. Is there one that just plays the whole time? Yeah, we'll go with this one. There we go. Okay, so we'll shrink that down like so. Drag it here. Bring this guy to the top. There we go. And then this guy underneath. Throw a bloom on there. Where's our bloom at? There we go. Excellent. Put that right there. Nice. And then final touch is we will add some lights. So we'll go in here. We'll add a blue light. We'll give it a energy field effect. No, don't like that. Let's see. Ugh. Let's try again. Go here. Make it blue. Blue. And we'll give it a vortex. Nah. I didn't want this to take a bunch of time. Why am I overthinking it so much? Bewitching wave? Nah. Light dome? Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So we'll give it that. Alright, so we'll keep that light off. And then, oh, nope. And then we'll hide these two until we need them. I'll actually move this guy off to the side. Cool. That would actually look kind of cool if it appeared in the wall, like behind the circle. Yeah, I'm kind of into that shit. All right, let's do that. All right, so if they step through, where do they end up? They end up in the crypts of Castle Ravenloft, but we don't have Castle Ravenloft loaded in. It's still in the compendium. So we're going to go to scenes shared, and hopefully this doesn't fuck shit up too hard, but we're going to go here. We're going to go back to Curse of Strahd. We're going to go Castle Ravenloft, and we're just going to drag the whole damn thing in. Invalid. Aw. Alright, hold on. What if we do... I used to be able to import them. Oh, those are journals. Sorry, it's been a really long day. I have a lot of paint fumes this afternoon. Alright, let's try again. Alright, so we'll drag Castle Ravenloft over. And it should bring all the maps over too. Maybe? Maybe it's still loading them up. We'll have to hope for the best. Let's see. It's a lot of maps, so if it needs a minute, that's fine. I wonder what happened to just right-clicking and importing. Used to be a thing. I don't know, lately I've been having to drag stuff over. So we'll give it however long it takes, and hopefully they'll win. So we'll check back on this in a little bit. For now, we need to look at fast travel, which may or may not be unlocked either tonight or Sunday. So I like Abyssal Brews for fast travel. So we've got that, and then I need, let's see, we need our notes. So I'll go ahead and grab this, and then we'll put fast travel notes. All right. So we're going to use Campfire, and the general play of this is finding your way. So we're going to call this Phases of Travel, and then we'll change this out to be all right, so preparation, and then we got expedition or expedition. Cool. And then we've got resolution. All right, so what do those things mean? All right, during this phase, the important task of setting the challenges on the road will be resolved, while the characters attending to their task of shopping for the trip set their travel DC and destination score. All right, the travel DC is a summation of the difficulties the characters will face on the road. It is calculated by determining your terrain difficulty and adding your weather modifier. Alright, so 8 is easy terrain, well-worn paths, gentle plains, placid forest. Then 10 is moderate terrain, thick forest, sloping hills, and less worn paths. So I think that other than the main roads between the settlements, everything will at least be a 10. Difficult terrain, mountainous terrain, boggy swamps, choking deserts, deadly terrain, lands tainted by great evils. Oh, well, shit. Is that all of Barovia? Maybe that's all of Barovia. Shit. Weather is always a worry when journeying. A foul rainstorm or gusting winds can change a brief trip across the grasslands into a grinding affair of stuck carts and poor attitudes. The Game Master should choose the weather modifier based on the overall theme of the weather throughout the expedition. Tiresome weather is a 2. dangerous weather and deadly weather. I feel like it's very infrequent for the other ones, but it's almost always going to be a 2. After determining your travel DC, write this number down, keep track of it in some other way. It will be important. You will tell your party what the travel DC is, or keep it to yourself. This will depend on how you run your table. Destination score is the target that your players will try to hit in order to find their destination. This is an abstraction of the length of the journey. It is assumed that your players will get to their destination eventually, and the destination score represents how long the journey is and how long they're exposed to the wilderness. For brief journeys, it is recommended you don't use these rules and instead allow your players to simply get there. Alright, so short journeys are 3 to 5 days of travel. Well, I believe to go from one far corner of Barovia to the other is like 3 days. So I don't think we're ever going to hit these moderate journeys. Now, the difficult terrain calculations will make it go a little bit further. So let's see. Preparation. Base DC is modified as follows. Okay, so roads. Okay, hold on. Roads equals DC 10. Forests equals DC 12. I don't know, just make it 14. There we go. Mountains and swamps equals DC 18. Yikes. Alright. Then we've got time traveled. Alright, so for time traveled, calculate the route using 5e travel calculator. Let's see. Every 8 hours equals 1 check. Okay. Every campsite equals 1 check. And then every crossroad equals 1 check. Alright, so that's how we'll handle that. And then as far as weather is as follows. Alright, so 1 to 2 plus 1 DC. 3 to 18 is plus 2 DC. And then 19 or 20 is plus 3 DC. Excellent. Alright, so now we've got the expedition. The expedition phase is when your party will actually set out on their journey and face whatever hardships and majesties may come. This phase simulates the road to their location and is much more of a collaborative process than traditional travel. The goal of the expedition phase is for your party to use their skills to overcome the travel DC that was set in the preparation phase. The party will attempt to use skills in which they are proficient and roll ability checks against travel DC. The party's goal is to achieve an amount of successes on their ability checks to match the destination score before they accumulate a number of failures equal to their destination score. When the expedition phase begins, narrate the beginning of their journey and inform them of the length of the trip and the destination score they need to reach in order to arrive. Your character should then look to the skills as adventurers in order to see them through safely. Have them put forth ideas of what skills to use, they could just use, and how they could help with the journey. Then have them roll an ability check based on the skill versus the travel DC set in the preparation phase. 10 minutes till game. If they succeed, mark a success towards their destination score. If they fail, mark a failure towards their destination score. If they roll 5 or more over the travel DC, mark 2 successes. If they roll 5 or more under the travel DC, mark 2 failures. Alright. So we'll do that. And changes we're going to make here is we're going to keep that. But we're also going to put a nat 1 always fails. A nat 20 always succeeds. Put 1 or more failures. And then we'll put 1 or more successes. Because you'd still have to be above or below the 5 mark. Once enough successes or failures have been marked to meet the destination goal, the exposition phase ends and the resolution phase begins. You should encourage each player to contribute an ability check once before allowing someone else to go. Alright, so let's see, we're going to do roll into initiative. Take turns. Okay. Consider using this roleplay opportunity to empower your players to create scenarios. Alright, Halfling Rangers proficient in survival. Take time to describe the forest as they pass through it. Open idea of you should be open to the idea of using skills in non-traditional ways. Blah 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 blah. Resolution. Upon arriving at their destination, your party will learn during the resolution phase of what the road has offered or taken away from them. There are several benefits and pitfalls on a journey, and the resolution phase gives the party a feel for what kind of journey it was. Much of this phase can be obfuscated to the party. They may already have a feeling of how the trip went based on their successes and failures along the way. At the start of the resolution phase, determine whether the journey was a windfall or a hardship by reviewing the ability check successes and failures from the expedition phase. If they achieved enough successful ability checks to meet the destination score, then the journey was a windfall. If they accumulated enough failed checks to meet the destination score, the expedition was a hardship. Whether the journey was a windfall or a hardship, they should make it to their destination during the resolution phase. If the expedition was considered a windfall, narrate the party arriving in good spirits, fresh off the trail with full bellies and dry stockings. Perhaps they basked in beautiful sights along the way, or beset by friendly fey creatures that sang them soft and lilting songs. Take the number of successful ability checks that they accumulated during their travels and subtract from the number of failures that they amassed. This is your windfall score. Tell the party to make a number of rolls on the windfall table equal to their windfall score. Narrate. Okay. So it is a race between successes and failures. Which will hit the mark first? Okay. That makes sense. 5 minutes till game. Alright. Castle Ravenloft. Hey, it's imported. Yay. Alright. See, if we left it in the oven long enough and we didn't bother it, it all works out, I guess. Where should this open up? I think it should open up in the crypts, yo. Let's see. That seems like a cool place for it to open up. Where are the crypts? Here we go. The crypts are pretty wild. Alright. So what would be a good crypt for this to open up into? Number 5? Number 6? Which has a trap in front of it? I don't even remember what these fucking do. I feel like number 6 with the trap would be kind of cool. Let me, let's go check the adventure real quick. Alright. Castle Ravenloft. Where are you? Chapter 4, which makes no sense. Alright, Dungeon in Catacombs. Where's the crypt? Observation balcony, tunnel, catacombs, crypts. What we're looking at? Crypt number 6. Alright, let's see. St. Markovia, dead for all time. Oh, man. That'd be pretty dope. I feel like that's a little too lucky. It's a little too lucky. What else do we got? What's a crypt that's kind of boring? 7. Nope. Duchess Doify. Pidwick. Let's see. Kazan. Alright. A skeleton draped in rags lies on a marble slab in this room. The skull has black eye. Well, it's a powerful archmage who unlocked the secrets of Lichdom and then later tried to become a demi-lich and failed. Any creature that stands in the crypt boldly speaks the name Kazan, causes the pillars of Ravenloft to tremble as a staff of power materializes. Crypt 15. That sounds perfect. Alright. What is Crypt 15? Right there. Alright. So, paste? Perfect. Alright. Getting some weird vibes from this, but yeah, there we go. Nope, I think I had it right. There we go. Alright, so they'll go to Crypt 15 if they go through. But it's a one-way portal, so that's a whole thing. Nice. Alright, well, I gotta go run my game. So, sorry for the short stream tonight. Had a lot of home renovations I'm working on. Let's see. Dom Odyssey will be streaming if you want to watch it live. Otherwise, the VOD will be up on Monday. We try for 9 a.m., but we always forget. Hope everybody's having a good week. Good weekend coming up. See you next time.